Hello everyone, my name is Mowmaster and welcome to a little update video on the channel this week and going forward. Just going to plug my little private Discord Patreon server we're on right now. But no, for realsies, let's talk about the channel. Currently on the channel we have the All the Mods 6 Sky series that's been running. We're getting up to episode 33. I got 2 more episodes recorded up and ready to come out this week. But we have a slight dilemma. The server the series is on, which is not my server, it is the All the Mods 6 Discord Patreon server. So not something I have control over. They've decided to do a hard reset. There was a vote of 7-1 that I didn't even see, because I think the vote went on like yesterday, and I wasn't on yesterday. But yeah, they did a vote 7-1. So even if I would have voted no, it would have been 7-2, and it still would have happened. So nothing I could have done to prevent it. But they are going to do a hard reset on that server. We have 35 episodes recorded for that server series, and the question is for you guys: do we restart on that server? Restart on the world? You know, maybe do something slightly different, but still using pedestals, or and the only reason I say a restart is because we didn't use the teleporter or the potion diffuser in our previous series at all. And those are really the only 2 we haven't touched on at all. Otherwise, I think we've covered every other upgrade, including the work in progress update or upgrade. So I don't know what else pedestals wise we really needed in that series. We'll see. You know. But yeah, I think we covered pretty much everything there. And so maybe a restart would be a nice refresh, but maybe you guys don't want to restart. We have that nice, beautiful square base with a circle inside. You know, maybe we want to continue that, you know, from where we left off. Of course, if we did restart, I would try to get videos down to 30 minutes or so, with the understanding that maybe if you saw the other series, you might already kind of know what stuff does, and I won't have to explain it as in depth, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, do we restart, or do we try to get the world download and continue? I don't know. You guys decide. Also with that, as I flip back and forth here, another option would be, because we have a Patreon server, if people are interested enough in the content that I do and maybe the server stuff that I could put up, we could do a community Patreon server as well. You know, if everyone were to Patreon $5 towards the server, I could put up a pack of our own that would be pedestals, plus maybe a few of my other mods that I have or have been thinking of, as well as you know, a few minor mods like a world gen mod, or you know, kind of basically pedestals plus a few other mods to make it vanilla plus ish, if you will. And you know, that there could be community discussion on how that would work. I don't know. It's just kind of up to. Do you guys want to do that sort of thing too? We could. We already have a few patrons already, so maybe they would want to do that. I don't know. That is up to you guys again to decide. But yeah, we have 3 options. Do we keep going with the series? Do we restart the series, or do we start a new series that is more community based? I don't know. But yeah, so that is kind of the main update. I know I dragged it on for a while, but that's kind of the main update here. The other update I have is currently in pedestals. We have a documentation book, which looks like that. And inside it says, "Getting started, work in progress. Check out these videos for now. Join the Discord," and blah, 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 blah. Not really documentation. The true documentation exists out there on the GitHub for pedestals. If you go to the wiki portion, all that is old information that needs updated. You can check out the videos, which is a great way to do this. And if you're watching this video, maybe that's why you're even here. You can check out the videos. The All the Mods 6 series, like I said, uses pretty much every upgrade. The older content videos, that's like the pedestals informational documentation series or whatever, that's now considered old. Most of that information is still relevant. Some of the stuff, like with upgrades, getting upgrades on pedestals, augments, getting them on pedestals, kind of the interaction type of changes, those can be found in the update 0.8s video, as well as the interactions video on the channel. There's a whole playlist called updates. You can check that out for that information. So that's kind of the newer interaction information, if you will. But yeah, anyways, documentation overall is going to get a complete rework. And along with that rework, let me pull up a different page real quick here. Is it this page? Yeah. Let me pull up a different page here real quick. So I've been doing a whole rework of our documentation. So you have, ideas and plans. The idea is we're going to rework this patchouli guide right here. The other arrow. That's off screen now. But yeah, the guidebook needs rework completely. The wiki is going to get reworked along with that as well, because then those will both match. So you'll have an online wiki patchouli guide basically, and then an actual patchouli guide in game. So there's two options there, and then a video format. I in the past have tried to do single videos for each kind of section, if you will. I thought this time, what if I did one very long video, like 4 hours long or something, however long it would take. But then use the YouTube chapters function. And that function is like when you go to a video, you can hover over the red bar. That's kind of the timeline. And then on the timeline, there's little chapters you can click on. I thought that might be a really good use of the chapters function. And then people can say, okay, go to the main guide. Okay, how do I use pedestals? Cool. Or, maybe I want to learn how to use the enchanter. Okay, so skip forward to the enchanter. That sort of thing. I thought maybe that'd be a really cool way to do it. And it'd be one single video that I can point people to instead of saying, oh, go to this video or go to this other video or go to this, fifth video, whatever. And then along with that, if I were to edit something about a certain upgrade that changes, I could then put like a linked card on that section, and I could say, hey, a pop-up pops up and says, hey, this is old content. You should go watch this other video that's updated, something like that. So I thought the long video content might be good. As well as for me, I could then keep all the content for the long video, and every time something changes, I could just edit it in and re-upload it, re-uploaded for whatever other version, is the current version type thing. So, that might be a good way to keep the video documentation updated as well and relevant. So, those 3 different ideas and plans for that, but we're not done. The patchouli redesign, I've kind of been walking through. I have a writing tablet, so that's why all this is kind of in a PDF document. The redesign, I have an idea for a welcome page, guide to pedestals, it says. Maybe a link to the GitHub wiki, so you have the offline version, a link to the YouTube video that we talked about just now, or even the YouTube channel, so people can see that. Categories, getting started, pretty obvious. Pedestal networks, so we're talking like the items, the fluids, the energy, the XP, that. Tools, so like the linking tool, the upgrade tool, all their different, how they work, in depth, important changes, so like a change log basically. So as we update, say, hey, we updated this, this, and this. Go check out the new information. And that would be something that I would keep updated version to version. So this is just more work on my end as a modder to actually update the change log consistently. Upgrade index, so this would be an index of all the different upgrades that you could potentially have. And then the entry index, which is just, everything in the patchouli guide. Patchouli already has the index in the guide by default, so that would just be an additional index for, all topics, basically. And then I broke down getting started. So getting started, we'll have interaction getting started type stuff, so kind of an overview. Items, upgrades, tools, filters, augments, misc. That's all getting started information for interaction. So overview would go over like, I don't know, just like an overview, I guess. Items, right click in, left click out, shift left click for the whole stack type thing. Upgrades, put in your offhand, right click on, put an upgrade in your offhand, left click to get it off, or the upgrade tool, left click to get it off. Tools, in your offhand, right click to put them on. The tool swapper tool in your offhand, left click to get it off. Filters, same way, basically. Filters, augment, same way. And then misc, anything of misc, basically. So that's kind of that idea. Colored pedestals. I don't see this a whole lot in people's screenshots, but I thought I'd touch on color palettes, making colored palettes, and then coloring a pedestal. I do want to rework this system at some point. I'm thinking 1.17. So it's not going to be this version, but eventually that will get reworked to be something slightly nicer. Light and waterlogging. I've had some people ask how to get glowstone on pedestals. So you have pedestals as lights, pedestals in water. This also helps a lot for people's like farming setups. When you don't know you can't waterlog something, you forget that it could be used as a water source for a farm, and then that's one less block in your farm that you have to, put a pedestal in. So, yeah, those are very helpful. Upgrades versus augments. This is a constant debate. Why do we have two systems for upgrades and augments? Augments only augment the pedestal item transfer right now. Ideally, it will also augment all transferring types eventually, but we haven't made it to that point yet. Upgrades only enhances the interaction of an upgrade. So like the furnace does more processes. The augment doesn't do anything other than send items from pedestal to pedestal. The upgrade will change how that, the furnace works, or the sawmill works, or the crusher works, or the tree chopper, or the miner, or the block breaker. It changes how they work. Augments have nothing to do with upgrades. So it's two separate systems, and it's a little confusing, and I probably confused you already. So there you go. Enchantments, enchants. Yeah. So we have our enchants. We have a lot of them now. There might be more advanced type ones later. I want to split up how advanced works. It does a lot right now to every upgrade. And as I'm going through, the guidebook, I'm thinking I really need to change advanced. That way it's split up into multiple different little sub features. Because right now advanced will allow you to access the inventory of a pedestal, allow you to access the inventory of entities, so like players and mobs. It will do other features, so like the harvester will now gentle harvest, or the fan will now blow all types of entities instead of just mobs or players. So there's that. Like advanced does like 3 or 4 different functions right now, and right now it's all plugged into one. And I want mod pack makers to have the ability to disable certain ones. So, yeah, that sort of thing. Augments as well. So I know we went over upgrades versus augments up here. Enchants will basically cover the upgrades portion of the explanation, where augments will actually cover, the pedestal bits. So we have the overview, speed, capacity, range, round robin, sound muffler, and particle diffuser. So that's all good. Filtering. There's just a lot of filtering options, and I think a lot of people don't know how filtering works right now. In fact, some of the people in my Discord that have been around forever, who are just now picking it up, even they're learning how to use it. And there is a few bugs with it still, but I think for the most part it works quite well. So this will talk about all the different types of filtering options that you have, and maybe we'll talk about some examples. I don't know. We'll see. Pedestal work area. This is something that's also talked about a lot. A lot of people don't understand how the pedestal work area works. It's quite simple once you understand, but again, that's something that needs explained to new players, because work area, when you say it's 15 by 25 by 15, where does that area come from, and how does it work? And pedestals are directional, so that can change based on the direction you place a pedestal as well. So yeah, a little bit of confusion there, and that will be explained in the overview. Pedestal transfer modes. So we have linking priority versus round robin, which is changed with an augment. This is my preferred one that I use almost all the time. Round robin, I don't find a whole lot of use cases for it, but I added it in because people wanted it. So there'll be an overview, and then I'll go into detail on how the two work. Redstone control, overview, and inverted controls. There is some issues with the inverted controls on experience relays for some reason. I don't know why. I'll have to go and fix it. But yeah, there's that. Pedestal networks was the next item on my list of stuff, and I just haven't really gotten much farther than that for planning yet, other than we have items, fluids, energy, XP, and Ender, which Ender is really items, but like another subset of items. But yeah, those are the kind of the 5 network types. And of course, I need to make more notes on how the rework is going to go. So yeah, that is kind of the overview so far on the rework. But as you can see, pedestal networks, we still have a lot to talk about. Tools, important changes, and even the upgrades themselves. And the format for upgrade entries will change as well. It'll say, what the upgrade does by default, and then it'll have like an advanced section as well for what advanced changes with that upgrade. And again, with the update, I'll probably change the amount of advanced options there are, because like I said, currently advanced is just one thing. I might make it like Advanced 2 or Advanced 3 or Advanced 4, and they might be all different chants. I don't know yet. Well, Advanced needs a rework completely, and I might just do something basic for now, but it does need some sort of rework to be better. But yeah, so yeah, that is kind of what I had to talk about for this week, I think. We'll just get rid of that for right now. But yeah, that's the documentation changes. A lot of stuff going on there, and hence why we're not going to have any updates on the series, at least for right now. What else? So because there's only 2 episodes of the normal All the Mods 6 series coming out, I have taken a day of my Saturday to play a new game that I looked up called Founder's Fortune. These will be pretty much unedited videos that I'll just kind of render up and upload to YouTube. There's 4 of them. It goes through about a year of the game, and the game is one of those, you have minions, they do stuff and build a city for you, and you try to keep them alive. And I managed to actually do all right. There, a little bit of hiccups once in a while, but managed to do all right. And yeah, so I'll post those 4 videos this week alongside the 2 All the Mods 6 Sky videos. So there'll actually be 1 extra video out this week than I planned. And yeah, tell me how you guys like the Founder's Fortune game. We could continue with it. I don't know how long we'd continue with it, but we could continue with Founder's Fortune, kind of playing through all the different aspects of that game if you guys want, or, we'll just leave it at 4 episodes. So yeah. Yeah, let me know how you guys enjoy this week's content or don't enjoy this week's content. Either way, I'll take the feedback and use it for other future videos. So, yeah, so... Alright, I guess from there, if you are still listening to me ramble, then good for you. Congrats for staying to the end of the video. I have one last final thing to talk about here. I'm going to pull up my Discord real quick, just so I can remember what they are. 1.17 is upon us. Summer 2021 basically is the kind of time frame for their first update, and then they're going to have another update later on in the year that's going to have all their technical changes, I think. And so what does that do for the modding community? Where does that stand for me? My goal is that I wanted to kind of get Pedestals into a state that it's pretty stable. There'll still be bugs here and there, but I want it to be pretty stable for the most part. Again, optimization and stuff will still happen. There'll be a few reworks on some of the systems, like the XP Anvil needs a rework. But yeah, so I want to get to a state where it's stable enough that I can leave it alone for 5 or 6 months at a time. Without any significant changes, basically. When the reason why I want to do that is because I have a few other mods. If you go to my Discord, right here, join Discord, please do. If you go to my Discord, you might notice that there is a current projects. There's updates, pedestals, and Ensoreld, whatever mod that name is. Those are my current projects, pedestals, and basically an enchanting mod. Under them, there's not currently in progress mods: Dust, Realistic Processing, MBIM, Alchemic Exchange, and Immersive Foods. Those are mods that I eventually want to update at some point. Dust, I kind of want to bring some aspects of Dust into 1.7. Not the full system, just some of the stuff. Realistic Processing, I've had kind of a desire to work on that one as well. Can I squish a mouse? Can I squish a rat? Nope, can't. Okay. So I do want to bring Realistic Processing up to a newer version. I don't know if this will be 1.7 or not, but ideally that'd be kind of nice. Miscellaneous blocks, items, and more, MBIM. I don't know if I'll have that in or not. We'll see. I might. You know what? Actually, I might bring that one back. That one originally was just some minor tweaks and stuff. I might bring that one back, because I have been missing some tweaks, like if you break glass, Quark gives you glass shards, like these things. I had a better system, I thought, than Quark has. I might implement that, because that's what MBIM had. MBIM also has some other stuff that I thought was very useful. So we might add that back in just for funsies. But I do have other plans for other mods related to Dust. Dust was actually a massive mod for me in 1.12 that I had just a whole bunch of ideas into it that I didn't really expand on, but I want to expand on them in 1.7. So a few mods, and I don't really give people access to all of my idea mods right now, unless you're a Patreon. Plug. But anyways, a few ideas. I have a storage mod idea. This storage mod will be based off of books. So like you'll be able to make a book early game. The book will store, a few items here and there. So as so if you start up a world, on a normal world, you could break some grass, maybe get, kill a spider real quick or kill a sheep, get some string, and then maybe find some paper material like some leaves or something, and make a super early game book. You could store, a handful of items with, maybe, one inventory row of items worth, like seeds or stuff that maybe you want to take back and farm with, super early game. But that'd be kind of the start to the storage book mod. And then from there, you could expand on it like you would an RS or AE system. So that's kind of the idea I have for that storage mod. Because Pedestals already does item routing, the storage mod will just do storage. So that's kind of the idea I had for it. I have a Dungeon Machines mod. Currently, Pedestals has various machines. And this is not intended. So like the enchanters, for example, might go away. The block breaker, the quarry, the tree choppers might go away. Stuff like that. I actually want to, instead of taking them from 1.7, what will probably happen is I'll make another mod that has the block versions, like the machine block versions of these in there. And then if you have the two mods installed, you won't have access to maybe the pedestal ones until you've unlocked the other mods' block machine versions, something like that. So that would be like Dungeon Machines, I think is what I'm going to call it. But basically, you find the mod, you find the machines in dungeons, and then you use them. So I don't know, just an idea, an exploration type mod. They have to go out and explore, fight these dungeons. Maybe there's crazy monsters in them. Who knows? I really like the idea of dungeons and then finding old ancient structures and stuff in them. So yeah, Dungeon Machines. Dusty Blocks is another one. Dust had a way to make colored blocks, and I want to expand on that, giving players the option to make 64 types of colored block. This might also include plank variants as well. But on top of that, slabs, vertical slabs, stairs, and of course waterlogging of all of them, and just pretty colors to work with. So all your different pedestal colors that you have access to. Obviously, in all the mods, they've disabled showing them all, but I want to, all 64 color types. I want to make that as building blocks. I think it'd be really nice. And then, that's kind of the three mods I want to bring to 1.7. So a storage mod, a dungeon type, a machine mod, and then a building mod as well. So yeah, that's kind of my plans for 1.17, provided we get pedestals into a place that we can kind of leave it alone for a little while. The block building block mod will probably be super easy. That is actually, I might actually port that before I port pedestals if any porting is necessary. And then the dungeon machines will use dusty blocks, and I'll have to make some extra machines and stuff for it. So yeah, we'll see how everything goes. But thanks for sticking by for the actual end of the video here. But yeah, let me know how this week goes for content, if you like it, if you don't. And we'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, have a good night, have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.